start a new one. I don't care. Why not?
Okay.
Oh my god, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. Hold on. What's happening right now? Did the whole thing die? What's happening?
Oh, buddy.
From the look of it, your entire internet died because we couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
My entire
I mean,
internet died. Right?
I can hear you now.
We,
Yeah.
yeah, but when it was down, like we couldn't hear anything from you here.
Oh god, that's wonderful. I love it. I love my life. It's amazing. Don't you guys think?
Eh.
Oh my god. Why is it doing that to me? Oh, hold on. I'm trying to fix this shit, but everything sucks and I hate everything, so give me a second. God damn. This is just so horrible. Nothing ever works the way I need it to. It's beautiful.
The architecture of the internet is insane. So it's a miracle that it even works.
That's absolutely true. Okay, so we're back, but now, because of that interruption, let's see here. Because of that particular interruption, we are now down to. Let's see here. We were at like 11 or 12 viewers. Now.
I'm legally blind.
Oh, I just, I just replayed the part where Melee said they're legally
I'm
blind
legally.
twice. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see if the new one's up. Yeah, and I named it "Why Do Stream Die? I Hate My Life." Okay.
I had
No.
Emmy life.
Yeah. You
I
named
had
it. Why
Emmy
did my
life.
stream die? I had Emmy life. Exactly. Don't lie to us. Don't gaslight us in this economy.
No, okay, now there's
Illegal.
five people have returned. So some of those people liked that stream so much that they came back. Wait, that's probably all of you guys.
I mean, it's definitely me.
Oh, that's horrific. This is what my life has turned into. It's beautiful. Right? Trying to help a bunch of fucks that are trying to help me in return. It's disgusting. Um. Okay,
That-
we're back. So, how did you guys like that scenario? How did you guys like that scenario? Was that a good scenario?
It was so fucking uncomfortable.
Was it really uncomfortable?
For me.
What about you?
And
guys?
funny.
What about you guys? How was that for you guys?
I mean, that was felt more like caricature of a neurotypical person.
Oh, okay. You want a real one? I was trying to have fun.
But it's hard to do. Because like you didn't
I was
really
just having
leave
fun.
any.
I was just being silly.
Yeah.
I can do the real deal. I would have to change the scenario. I would have to change the scenario, and I would have to make it less caricature like. But it wouldn't be that difficult.
My hands are still shaking from like the pure rush of like murderous rage I had.
I would have it would probably be closer to something like I'm trying to think of a scenario in which all of you could actually be in the same room as a person that isn't dealing with this, and then pretend. I'm trying to think like of a situation in which that could actually occur. I made up the party thing on the fly because I couldn't think of anything else. But a situation in which that could occur. Oh, here's
Car crash
I
with
feel
a
like
bus.
if there's like
I can actually I can actually I can actually think of a situation in which this could actually occur that's realistic. All right, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
no, but you're gonna do it anyway.
Melee, unmute. You have to unmute Melee. You have to unmute. I'm waiting for Melee to unmute. Melee, unmute.
I am.
Oh, that's right. You are. Okay, cool. I was looking at the wrong screen because I'm an old boomer. Okay. Well, why does the screen tell me that you're not unmuted? That's weird.
Because it's frozen.
Wonderful. Okay, hold on a sec.
Well, it's delayed.
There we go. It's
Yeah,
probably just delayed.
it's always a bit delayed.
There we go. Okay, we're good. Okay. So you guys are all in college, right? You're all in college, and you've decided that whatever individual interests you have, you've decided to get a degree in, associates or beyond, and you've decided, oh, I'm going to get a degree in this thing, and so you're in school right now, and this is your the class, the first class in which you have to do group team work. Okay, so you have to do a team effort. You have to do a great group effort. Okay, and then I'm the one talkative guy. Okay, we show up, the group started, and this is for like let's see, what kind of project could it be? Let's just say like an art project or something, right? Where we all have to get our whatever. And okay, so I'm the guy. Okay, so we've been teamed up together. It just happens to be that it's the five of you guys and the one of me. Okay. Man, guys, I hate group projects. Shit's so whack. But whatever. We gotta get started. What are you guys down for? Like,
What do you want to do?
well, I mean, like we're supposed to do a project where we're supposed to take, I guess, like our creative interests or whatever, and put them together and create some kind of amalgamation, like some kind of thing where we kind of put our individual talents or interests or whatever and make something. So I guess it's supposed to be a collab thing.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Guess just throw some ideas.
All right, cool, man. Like, go for it.
Collection is probably easiest to do things like a zine or maybe
A what?
a zine, like
Like a sign?
magazine,
Oh, like a
like
zine?
a magazine, zine. Yeah, I don't know what those are called,
That's
pronounced.
like magazine, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna throw up. I'm so sorry. Oh,
Magazine, zine, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good, Gunny. Like, what's your name, Gunny?
yes.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
Nice.
cool. I mean, like, we could do like a zine thing, like some kind of art zine or something. Like, I don't know, like, what do you guys think should be in it? Like, I'm thinking, like, I want to throw some stuff in. Like, if you want to ask me, like, if you were to ask me what I thought should be would be cool in it, I'd be down to like throw some stuff that has to do with like gentrification, things like that. I'm like really interested in that
Yeah,
subject. That's just really heavy for me, you know.
yeah. It'd be nice to have a unified theme.
Yeah, I guess, dude. What about you guys? Like, you're down or what? Like, you guys look a little tired or something. Y'all all right?
huh?
No.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, what Millie said.
What? Who?
No,
Nah. Like, what kind of stuff do you guys make? I mean, we're in art school and shit, so
I'm gonna drop this class.
like I do all kinds of stuff. Like I mostly like to do art that's kind of more focused on my kind of past, my family, my culture, things like that, stuff I went through and shit like that. Like I'm really inspired by my grandpa, so that's something that I really like to create my art behind. Because he put a lot of wisdom in me, a lot of thoughts and stuff about the family and shit. And I'm like, like, are you guys close to your families? Like, you guys have like a cool background? Like, maybe that could get us started.
No.
I'm sorry, what's up?
No.
You know what?
Yeah, your family stuff. We have different histories, so let's not go there. But it
No,
is
that's
still
good though,
cool to
man. Like
include.
that's the whole point, right? We got to make like a collaboration, right? So let's get our like shit together, you know, like let's get our stuff together. What's our backgrounds and stuff. I mean,
I mean, it'll show up in the art.
all right, cool, man. What's your medium, bro? Like, what do you like?
I do pen and ink.
And, what about you?
Is
You
it black?
guys? I mostly do acrylic and stuff.
Digital.
I'm sorry, what?
Digital.
Hey, where are you from? You have a cool accent.
I'm from Finland.
Yeah. They have some good food there.
No, they don't.
Okay, my bad. What about you guys?
I, buddy, you gotta address us by name. This is not, you can't address the whole
Well,
squad.
I don't know your names, guys. Like, I just know Gunny over here because I heard him mention it.
You're in
My bad.
class
My
with
name's
us.
Angst.
What
My name's Angst.
happened?
Yo, this is like the second day. Don't be so hostile.
No, it's the second day and they're giving us this type of You got me fucked up, friend. I can't do this. I'm dropping this class.
Oh, that sucks,
Fair.
man. Like, we just got here, but whatever. You do you. I don't even know your name.
Yeah, and you won't. Bye.
All right, that's cool, man. More for us. Whatever.
So, do we do round of
Yeah, but
introductions?
I guess like that'd be good. My name's Angst. I do like a lot of acrylic. I do a lot of street art. I generally focus on things that have to do with my culture, my family, and my upbringing and shit like that. I like to focus my ideas around that kind of stuff. Like some of my past and some of the problems that come with it and issues that come culturally and shit like that. Like that's what I generally focus about. What about you, Gunny?
I'm gonna, as I said, I mostly do ink. My art mostly involves is fairly abstract ideas. I like to mash different ideas together
Like, wow, what kind
and
of
just
ideas, bro? Sounds cool.
like environmental stuff and
I love those. That's cool.
whatever the
Climate
theme
change,
they
right?
throw at us. Yeah, among others.
You like all that stuff. You gotta save the bees, right?
Yeah, save them bees.
Yeah, save them bees. Um, that's cool. So I can bring something to the group. I'm just curious what you guys want to bring to the group. Like, we get started. Like, I'm not trying to get no perfect score or nothing, but just want to get something going. That's weird how that one person left, huh? They just got up and left. It's crazy. Have you guys ever done that? Like for
I
a
saw
class?
Yes.
some people do it.
Damn, it's wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So what's up with Finland? Like, what kind of art you do? Is it like Finland inspired?
No, just surreal stuff, I guess.
Surreal shit. Oh, that's cool. I know about the surrealists. You like Salvador Dali and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it look like that? Is it kind of stuff like that?
No, I don't even know how to describe it.
Oh, damn. You know what we should do? I think would be a really good idea. Let's take our portfolios out. Maybe we can show each other our stuff. Like maybe the visual aids would help. Since we can't talk like right now, everybody be shy and shit.
I don't think everybody's got portfolio at the moment. Maybe we can put them up
That's
in a
weird, bro.
group
Why you
chat
speaking for
later.
everybody else?
But you were being weird, calling me weird, trying to mediate stuff.
What are you doing? That's weird, dude. I don't know why this guy's talking for everybody. Hey, Mila, let me see some of that art. Sounds cool.
No, thanks.
All right. Y'all want to check out some of mine?
Sure.
All right. I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, check it out, man. What do you think? Some good stuff, right?
Um, Interesting colors
Yeah.
and shapes. Is that your grandpa?
Ah, man. Like, hey, is it you guys all right? Like, tired or?
We're good.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Maybe we should have another meeting after we've all had some coffee some other time.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, you
Everybody's
know what? You're
very
right.
much
You know
dead.
what? Hey, Gunny, you're right, dude. Like, we're probably all hella tired and shit. So, when do you guys want to meet up to get the project going? You know, like, let's go. Let's go ahead and set up a time. What you guys got numbers?
No,
I mean, you got social media, right? Like all that shit. Like, what's up?
no,
We can set something up. That way we can
Email.
like. You got email? I don't use that shit.
no,
Fuck email. This guy. You mean like Instagram, right?
no.
I mean, your art. You guys have to have an Instagram. You put your art up, right?
I don't.
Well, I mean, that must be like a Finnish thing.
Yeah,
All right, so you guys got like something I can like DM you on?
I
Gunny,
got
well, what's your
Instagram.
Gunny? What's your Instagram?
It's at Gunny.
Damn, that's crazy. You got the, like just your name? This
Yes.
man like an early fucking adopter of that shit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What about you? Like what's up? Like you got that cool fox or whatever fucking tattoo. What about you?
Perdóname, señor, yo no hablo inglés, no sé dónde estoy.
Bro, you were talking earlier, but whatever. That's cool, man. I'm gonna respect that shit. I don't care. Finnish girl, like what's up? You got some social media?
no. I already told you.
Hey, you don't gotta get
How,
crazy. Like we're trying to work together
how
here.
do we contact you?
I mean, here's my social media. All right, I'm gonna put it right here on the table, and I know class is gonna be over right now, but you guys go ahead. You guys can use it. Hit me up because I mean I don't want to fail this shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know how to reach me, so I'm a bounce now.
Love it. Okay, hold on. Where is this? What are we doing? Oh God, I'm dying right now doing this with you guys.
Is it safe to come
Yeah, it's
back?
safe to come back now.
Angst, I don't know
Bye.
how to do art. What is this?
Who said
Just make
that?
shit up, bro.
No,
You said like art school or something.
yeah, you do art, don't you?
Nah, man.
Now you're just lying. Oh man, love it.
Wait, when have I ever said that I do art?
Do
That's
you
true.
not? Do we
No,
not all do art?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Do you
I mean,
not? Do you not draw smiley faces?
We all do
Ever?
some. We all do some kind of
okay,
art.
okay. I have done small sketches. That's it.
Yay! There we go.
Just small
We're
sketches.
all artists here.
We
No,
are all
I mean,
artists here.
we have to be, right? We're all a bunch of schizos. We have we do art, right?
Look,
All of us.
the most artistic part of my brain is only active when I'm asleep. So
Oh, really? What does that look like?
it's my dreams. I'm referring to my dreams. I
Well,
talked
Fucking
about this
what do
before.
those look like?
Like giant freaking constructs generally.
Cool. Can you hear more about them? I'm interested. If you don't mind.
I mean, yeah, we talked about this before though.
Oh yeah. You expect me to remember everything? Come on. Like remind me.
I remember yeah. um uh like dreams about architecture and stuff, like really weird architecture
Oh,
and
now I
really,
remember. Yes, yes, and I remember.
really
Yes.
big spaces and things that go down forever.
Yes. That's so interesting.
Like Blame.
Like Blame. I was gonna say that too, Gunny. Like Blame. Have you ever read Blame?
Oh yeah, no, I watched the anime 3D
Oh, the
anime
manga's so much
adaptation
better.
thing.
So much better.
Is it?
Fucking
No,
love Blame.
I did like Blame, yeah. I really like
So
that
good.
aesthetic.
So good. Like I remember when I read Blame, like because I have all the like it's like only I think like 13 books or something. But I remember when I bought the that manga, like I read it, and I remember there was a part I think in the third or fourth book, I'm not too sure, that made me really uncomfortable because I used to have a lot of anxiety associated to large structures. Well, I still do, and like the idea of like innumerably like large, like it just immeasurably large architecture, right? And
Yeah.
just spaces. I still have like agoraphobia associated to it. But I loved Blame, and I was reading it, and then at some point in the series in the manga, it stated that like the actual infrastructure or like the building or whatever it's called, because it's supposed to be some kind of AI or something that just kept building and building and building, like it's some kind of and just kept creating and building and building and building. Like it said, it was as large as was it Saturn or Mercury? It was like something ridiculous.
It starts like around the sun and reaches out to Saturn's orbit or something like that.
Yeah. And reaches out to Saturn. It's some insane, impossible structure, right? That is virtually in like it just compared to anything else is seemingly infinite, right?
Mhm.
To the human mind, and that shit. I remember reading that part in that manga, and it gave at the time back when I read it, it gave me so much anxiety. Like I read it and I was like so uncomfortable with that shit. Like I was like I had to stop reading and take a breath because like my brain started just imagining something of that magnitude, and like it couldn't stop, and it made me kind of like spiral into like this weird anxiety spiral back when I was dealing with it. It's crazy.
Wow, that's interesting. Cause see, my brain is just obsessed with making stuff like that. Just
Like impossibly large galactic structures,
well, I wouldn't possibly
galaxy
large galactic
size.
structures. But like really big stuff, really deep stuff, stuff that you never come out of ever.
Oh, you mean like? Are you talking about like? Even though it's like a meme that's dead at this point, but are you talking about like some backrooms type shit?
Uh,
It's
well,
just like endless structures that just goes on forever, and even the
a couple.
individual sections are almost infinite or virtually
Yeah, a
infinite.
couple of my dreams have been like that. Usually, they're gigantic underground concrete structures.
Yeah,
Like, have you seen the video game Control?
yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. Like sort of that brutalist style.
Yeah. That stuff's interesting to me. What helped me come to terms with because I used to like I'm not kidding you. I used to like wake up in the middle of the night and think about stuff like that, and it would just send me into a just complete spiral. Like my brain was just like, no. Like it was like a reverse claustrophobia.
Mhm.
It was like too big, too big, too big. Get small. Too many variations, too many forms. Like too much complication. Too much, too much, too much. Why? And like my brain was just like not handle that shit good at all. And I would just like end up like literally having like legit panic attacks over it. That would last for like hours. It was horrible.
Wow.
I remember dealing with that kind of stuff. What helped me a lot with that was a lot of philosophical repositioning and optimistic nihilism. It was very helpful for that, personally. Because then size and structure, size and like any kind of value system associated to the immenseness of something stop mattering.
Yeah.
So, like, an object as small as bacteria or subatomic is no less or more valuable than something the size of a nebula. Because there's no way to objectively prove that either of those structures, regardless of their size, is valuable in any capacity. There's no objective value in that sense.
Hmm.
So that helped me through that hole significantly.
Well, that's good.
Oh yeah, we can finally socialize constantly. No, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I don't want that. What's weird is that like even socialization of this type, which I'm actually a lot more comfortable with than anything else, it's still somewhat tiring. But it's less draining. Like I feel like I get some kind of payoff out of it in comparison to what I generally get in most instances.
What do you mean of this type?
Like a group setting.
Oh.
Like if it was in fact me and like random individuals in a group in which I had to communicate, and I would like immediately. I would either find out two things very quickly. I would either find out, oh, I'm just in a room with people that probably won't get what the fuck I have to say, or there are a few people that might, but they were gonna mask just like I do to deal with the fact that they don't want to be the odd man out. So it's usually gonna be one situation or the other in most IRL instances.
Yeah, I can see that. And group settings are a little easier for me, mainly just because I tend to sit back and listen to the conversation and
What happens
see
when
if
the
there's anything I
spotlight
can
hits you
add.
though? Like,
Yeah, see, that's when I try to avoid that happening purposefully.
how do you
um,
how do you avoid it?
Body language, I guess, and generally I have a sort of a serious resting face, so people tend to not bother me.
Yeah,
But sometimes I'll say something, I'll add something to a conversation or something,
what purpose
because
does that serve for you?
sometimes,
Like,
well, I like. I mean, I'm fairly certain this. Well, I don't know how common this is among schizoids. I haven't been here very long, but I like uh, solving problems or thinking generally. I like interesting thoughts. Oh,
interesting thoughts, so big.
yeah, that is big. No, problem solving.
I also like interesting thoughts.
Philosophy, man. Philosophy.
No, I'm messing.
Say, put a fish in there.
No, it's just funny. I find ants interesting. Like I also like subatomic particles.
Coming up with stuff on the fly is not my forte.
Like, unless it's within your wheelhouse, or
No. Even then, I take a long time to think sometimes, and by then the conversation has moved on. Sometimes, which is disappointing.
Why
Because I
I
you
can
wanted to
agree with
join it?
that.
You wanted to join the conversation? Who said they could agree with it?
Gunny.
Funny. Or
So
sometimes people just keep talking and conversation has just moved on.
that's disappointing. Like that sucks, or what? Or are you glad you didn't have to take part?
Well, sometimes when I do feel like I have something to say, it's something like not socially appropriate at the time, and sometimes after the fact, good thing I didn't say that.
Is there ever moments when you think, "I wish I had said it. I regret not saying it."
I don't ever like regret not saying it.
But but you do have moments in which you're glad you didn't.
Yeah.
What would
And
have
there,
happened
it
if you
just
did?
it'd be just awkward response, probably.
Probably. Could you give me an example of an occurrence in which that's happened? I'm curious if I can relate to it because I kind of
I don't have. I can't think of like specific
yeah.
example, but I can tell you generally how it goes. Just I'm like fixated on certain like media or idea or whatever,
Hmm.
and like my brain just wants to keep bringing it up, but it's
Absolutely.
not actually that relevant,
Well, at
or
least within
they
the
don't
context
actually
of what they
understand.
might be interested in hearing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that feeling because like there's a lot of instances in which like okay, tell me how relatable this is to you guys. Hold on, I actually had oh wait, where'd it go? I actually had it up, now it's gone. Hold on. Did you oh yeah, there it is. There it is. I want to hold on, guys. Oh yeah, I have Tay's art up. Good. I want to make sure we had Tay's drawing. Tay is drawing things. But I want to know how relatable it is to you guys, even to you, Tay. Like, have you ever had instances in which people are talking about something, right? And it might be something that's, in a context that you don't find relatable or you can connect to. It might be some kind of specifically interpersonal context that you're just like, oh man, like I don't connect to that. But then they say something or do something or relate something associated to that that is interesting to you, that does call your attention, and then you start having like an array of thoughts pertaining to that particular note, that particular aspect of what it is that you're in converse, right? And then your head starts separating itself from, like your mind starts separating itself from whatever it is that's actually occurring in front of you and the conversation they're trying to convey, and then you just end up thinking about something else entirely. And then well, there's two options: either you're the type of person who keeps it to themselves and is self-aware enough to know that, oh, maybe this won't work out, or you just blurt it out, which is me. You just blurt it out and then it causes inconveniences or assumptions about your behavior. So how relatable is that?
Relatable.
Anybody
Yeah,
else?
it's fairly relatable. Although for me, I've been actively uh, not suppressing that, but sort of changing the way I think to sort of guide myself back to the things that people are actually talking about. Because
Do you have any resentment associated to that? Because I do.
I mean, yeah, I do. But I'm also a bit conflicted about that because
Mhm.
is it really fair to resent them?
No,
I
it's
don't know.
not. It's not. But is it really fair for you to have to adjust in such a way?
Well, ideally, if everybody understood what it was like, then
But the resentment, I think, stems from the idea that we have to know, like we have to be adapting to the changing situation in front of us. Yet, no one around us has to adapt to anything that is being encountered pertaining to us. I think a lot of the resentment comes from that. I know that's where mine comes from. Is this like idea of why do I have to constantly adapt and change to my environment? Yet I don't have an environment that's willing in any capacity to adapt and change for me. And everyone else seems to be producing results that come so naturally, so fluid. Yet the results I would produce are incompatible and difficult, and so thus I must change my results into things that are more compatible and useful to my environment, while it comes intuitively to others. And because of that, I get filled with a certain sense of resentment and sadness. Is that familiar?
Mm, not as much for me.
Okay. Oh, why
Yeah.
not as much for you? I'm curious.
Um, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
My brain just blanked out on everything you just said.
That's okay.
Sorry about that.
No, I don't care, dude. It's all good. I get that. That happens to me too. No judgment. No nothing, dude. Like this is totally cool. All right. Anybody else? Like, and if you remember anything, Cario, you can go ahead and mention it.
Yeah.
Anybody else relate to that? That kind of resentment that kind of comes with it. Like, what do I have to keep
I made
adjusting to them?
I made some like fairly similar like statement on one of the no reply channels, but it was more like woe is me, kind of lamenting, not really resentment.
Okay,
I
so
think that
because
just
no,
came
I
out
get
as
that. I asked because I know some people don't have the same. Because I have a lot of like frustration and resentment associated to that, right? Like that's just me, maybe, and I know there's some others that are like that. But I'm wondering how other people deal with it, right? If it's not like a sort of resentment or anger, like what is it?
Oh, okay,
a
yeah.
degree of hopelessness. I think it probably just depends on whatever is most available emotion it is for them.
Because not everyone, like the way I see it is that like you got different types of people, right? You got your fight, you got your flight, you got your freeze, and I'm a fight person, always been. Except for maybe early childhood. At some point, I switched over to fight, and that's probably why it turns into like a little bit of misanthrope, like being a bit of a misanthrope and resentment, things like that. But obviously, that's the kind of shit I'm working out, getting under control. Um, for other people, it's like self collapse, right? Like you are the thing that must be fixed, and everything else is right, and you are wrong. For some people, it's that. No judgment there because I understand where they're coming from. And then for other people, it's everything is wrong, so none of it matters. And so everything becomes indifferent and ambivalent. So I'm just wondering where you guys are coming from when dealing with that. Like the whole, I can't connect because my shit's just different. How do you manage that?
Like I guess for me, the resentment has never really um been as strong because um I tend to approach things from a very problem solving focused perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I tend to, more what's the word? Like sort of approach things from a slightly more logical perspective. I'm obviously not a cold emotionless robot, but
No, I get it. I get where you're coming from only because, like, for a lot of people that are schizoid, especially, it's a cope. It's a manageable cope to approach things in that manner because everything else is just agony sometimes. Like,
yeah.
So it's easier to just kind of approach it through an intellectual format. I
Yeah,
absolutely understand that.
and it does. I mean, it does mean that I have to uh, sacrifice isn't the right word. Sort of. I'm trying to find the right word. It's not suppress or sacrifice, but like make less strong my default way of being.
What's your default way of being?
Well, mostly just not caring about people because I feel a sort of moral obligation to to make things better. Even though I
How does that
don't.
fall in line with not caring about?
Yeah, no, that's that sort of cognitive dissonance that I feel. It's like I think that I should make society better, but I don't want anything
Like
to
do
do with
your
society.
part, like do your part in some capacity, but you don't want to partake.
Yeah, basically. Um,
Is the reason you want to partake is because the reward system isn't there? Is it because like you feel like you're not getting anything in return even when you do something?
yeah, that the reward system is busted.
That sucks. I know that feel. That's a mood. That's a heavy mood. Anybody else relate to that busted reward system?
I think that like with people, like socially, there is a definitely like a oh man, how do I explain this? There should be like a oh, I give you help, you give me help, and there's kind of a busted reward system there. Like people will be like the therapist friend and never get anything back, or like there are so like people get left out because or they'll be the ones that help all the time. So I think there's like a reward system there in a sense that is kind of not the best. I don't know if that relates to the question or not. That's the first thing I thought of.
No, I get what you're saying 100%. Zero miscommunication or loss of translation there.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm. Is it weird? Okay, hold on. Like, part of me, I want to ask you guys something interesting in my mind. I've been struggling, okay, because a lot of you, if you don't mind, you can lie, I don't care. What are, like, your ages?
18.
24.
22.
Everybody else?
Early 20s.
Early 20s? Anybody else? 24. This is 10. Yeah, like, okay, this is what's interesting. A lot of the people I talk to, a lot of people I help, a lot of people that are really kind of active in this. I'm gonna stop calling it a community, and I'm just gonna start calling it a autonomous collective because I feel more comfortable. In this autonomous collective is the vast majority, I think, of the people that even listen to this stuff. I would say are probably in their mid to late 20s, at least based on like YouTube analytics, and then after that in their 30s and then beyond, right? Um, but a lot, and it might have to do with the technology gap. It might have to do with like generational things as well. Absolutely. Um, I'm interested in how much of that is. But what's interesting and what kills me, one of the things that kills me, and I'm being open here, I'm being sincere about this shit, even though I shouldn't have to say that, but whatever. Is a lot of the stuff I hear from everyone is really relatable shit that I experienced in my 20s. Right? A lot of struggles, confusions, copes, uh, rebalancing, so on and so forth, trying to find some kind of sense of meaning, competency, whatever the fuck. Like a lot of the descriptions and ways, even a variety of different Zoids I've talked to have described their individual experiences, resonates with me significantly. Like I'm not crazy old, but I'm kind of an old ass man. I'm like just turned 38, right? So I went through the whole 20s and most of my 30s already. And it's it's hard to hear this shit because I'm just like, god damn, like, man, like I've seen I've gone through a million different fucking phases, like, so quickly, because I've always had, like, it might be just my personality type of just like, gotta figure out, gotta figure out, gotta figure out, gotta try this, gotta try that, like trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. I've always been that way. And so I've tried so many fucking variations of so many things, and like I oftentimes can relate to like all the different Zoids that I talk to, like their struggles, and especially since they're in their 20s, and I just go like, I know that one, I know that one, I did that one for 2 years, I did that one for 1 year, I did that one for a few months, that one got me through another year or 2 years. Like that method, that way of thinking, that particular style of coping with whatever this is, and stuff. And this was long before I even knew what it was, or it had a name in my mind, at least. I don't know about what it was. That's arguable. And so it's rough. It's rough to hear, but it's also really kind of good because I just think in my head, oh shit, like I didn't even, like, you guys are going through some of those steps, perhaps, if you know, if schizoid is what you're dealing with, especially, or whatever, you guys are going through those steps, but like at least you know, right? Like at least you have some understanding of what might be happening in some regard, in some way. Especially those that have taken the time to get a diagnosis or whatever. Maybe those that haven't are still kind of dealing with like the imposter syndrome that comes with like this whole like, oh, you know, am I right about this, am I not, this and that, does it even matter if someone else verifies it, do I want this label, blah 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 blah. If you're going through all that just to avoid getting what would be considered a proper diagnosis, you're probably, that in itself is probably very very Zoid in itself, going through that process, like, of not wanting to be attached or obligated or associated to any specific label or thing, or thinking it's going to engulf you to have a specific title or something. Like, that's so common. And I keep finding these commonalities and I keep relating to so many of them, and it's so difficult. But it's also nice. It's good, but it's also just fucking killer, man. And I get mad because I just go, why did it take this long to for this, any of this? I guess it took the internet. It takes the internet. And it took the internet, and it took in some old ass fuck, some old ass boomer like me to decide, oh, okay, we're gonna fucking talk about this shit in a more public way, and not give a fuck, and not care if it fails, and keep fighting anyway. I guess that's what it took. Anyway, sorry guys, I just went on a ramble. I don't know what any of it means.
No, that made a lot of sense, and like the whole talk thing, this server is so, like, I guess vital to how I perceive this. I don't know how to word it. It's just the fact that there's others out there, like what you just said about the, oh my gosh, other people are going through the exact same stuff. Like, I mean, I can't speak to the age thing, obviously, but the, oh, your mentality is exactly like mine. Or,
Yeah.
oh, you think literally word for word what I think about this thing. So the fact that you decided to talk about is so I just gave
Yeah,
an
it's so
outlet
cringe.
in
It's so
the
cringe, is what it
community.
is. It's cringe as fuck.
It's
I
not
know.
cringe.
No,
No,
I'm
it's like
kidding.
it
I
actually
know. I know. I
helps.
know. I know it helps some peeps or whatever. Like I just
Mhm.
I get that. I'm just fucking around. It's just
Mhm.
I'm not in it to like you know what I'm saying. It's fucking
Mhm.
difficult. But like but yeah, like and oftentimes that's the problem, right? People hear like the statement you just made and they think that you're referring to like, oh, everyone here thinks the same or has the same opinions or feeling. That's not true at all, right? I think I'm gonna go on a what do you want whatever you want to call it, my interpretation of what you just said, at least based on like what I think you're trying to say,
Mhm.
is you're referring to not so much the same opinions or thoughts about everything, but a connection via the same type of difficulties about how the world is perceived in the mind's eye. Like as far as like the concerns that are similar, which is not the specific same types of unique concerns, because that's up to the individual, but like the way you concern yourself about things, the types of things you get concerned about, not the thing itself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's better explanation.
No, no, that's what I went. That's what I mean. And because the problem is that when somebody hears like, "Oh, we all have the same thing," it's like that makes a lot of schizoids run in the other direction because they think, "Oh my god, it's like an echo chamber or something." You get what I'm saying? Like they think, "Oh, we're building a fucking echo. I'm building some cult echo chamber," and it's like, no, no, no,
Mm.
no. That's why I like to say like this is an autonomous collective because like everyone's having their own unique thoughts and opinions and so on and so forth. And as long as they can debate them or talk about them respectfully, it's all good. It's all
Mhm.
fine. And that's Bob question mark the snake. That's interesting.
Bob.
Bob the snake.
Well,
And yeah, and what's interesting too is like as I see people go in and out of the Zoid void, like the server itself, like I see like really interesting forms of like defense, coping systems, defense systems, like what do I call it? Just manners in which they handle these complexities. But whenever, even when I see people on my server that like end up say lashing out or end up going fuck this place is stupid, and they explain why they think this place is stupid or whatever, like I don't even get mad half the time. I just go, man, I if I would have been caught up in that particular instantiation of my 20s or whatever in which I was having that particular thought and it like engulfed me, I would be right there with you back then regarding what you're saying. Right? I would get what it is that you're trying to say about this place and what's happening and why this is stupid and why it doesn't matter and why you're this or you're that and this is what's happening and whatever. Like I don't even
Mhm.
get mad, man. Like I just get bummed out because all I want is for them to stop hurting so fucking much, regardless of if they're being quote unquote dicks or intolerant in some capacity or not. It sucks, man. It
Mhm.
sucks.
I think just in my opinion though, the server is a good uh like, oh, you're not alone in your very niche struggle. Like I don't, cuz like I keep seeing, oh yeah, there's not a lot of research for schizoid. I'm like, so is that why no one hears about it? But the fact that there's 300 people that also have it, and I'm like, oh,
Or interested. It doesn't mean they have it because
oh yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
still.
yeah. That are interested and are thinking that that's what they're dealing with and have decided to
Mhm.
no, I get it. I get it. That in itself like is a very useful tool and a very interesting thing. Thank you, Tay, for your art. Your art is relaxing, actually. creative as fuck too. Oh, I need to know what that laugh. Oh, okay, I see. I see where that laugh came from. I like it, Tay. I like when you draw your middle finger. I've seen other little middle finger characters, I think, in the past, but they always only have only the one finger. Like the rest of their fingers are non-existent. They just have one big middle finger. Yeah, I like that. It's just like a dick and balls put on their hands. Oh man, that's fun. All right, guys. Well, um, what am I doing? I don't. I don't. That's what I've been asking myself for the last 2 years. Well, I've been asking myself that for the last 35 plus years. So, trying to figure it out. Trying to figure it out bit by bit, piece by piece, guys. Just like you. But my hope is that you don't have to be still struggling with it as much by the time you're 38. That's my goal. And my little goal in my head is like, maybe they could be in a place that's far better, like mentally, than myself by the time they are 38. Because maybe some other stuff and steps have been taken in order to alleviate some of that. Like I often think like, whoa, what if I would have found out, this whole schizoid thing, when I was in my 20s? That would have been cool. That might have been useful. I might have made, better choices with the people I love and care about in my life. Like I might have made some better choices for myself because I would have known what is going on and I would have stood my ground in certain places and challenged myself in others and protected myself in others and so on and so forth. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm hoping that over time I can give others that opportunity. In any case, I got to end the stream. I'm tired.
Yeah.
So, thank you for joining me. All of you guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for the art, Tay. Tay, anytime you want to draw on stream, you're more than welcome to. Like, you're just bored, you just want to draw shit on stream. Hell yeah, I'm down every goddamn time. Especially if you find it relaxing. Tay. Um, or Amelia, if you ever want to do the same. And I know Nanomo used to do the same, so and that was fun. I like that. Keeps my eyes occupied while I talk about whatever. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. Thanks for jumping on. Jump on anytime. Maybe next time there'll be an actual topic at hand that you can, besides me just rambling or whatever about something, which is inevitable. And anybody can interrupt at any time. I know nobody will generally, but he who could, and I fucking beg you guys to interrupt. Okay. Thanks, guys. Join the Zoid Void Discord server if you haven't, and you are self-diagnosed or you are diagnosed schizoid. Please, you want to do the application. We have a vetting process or whatever. Even if you can't get in through there, there's an annex, which is a place for people that aren't necessarily schizoid or don't believe themselves to be, but or don't aren't kind of like the application just didn't quite work out. And but there's still a place you can out there and talk to other Zoids that are on there because they can see it too, and or other people that are that. And I got a lot of different cluster A folks in there that like just like hang out in their own space and talk to some of the schizoids that are on there because there are some connections there for sure. And if you want to join that, cool, join it. If you like the server, you like the channel, you like everything else I'm trying to work on and expand, please support me on Patreon. Please support me on Coffee or Ko-Fi or whatever the fuck it's called. I have one of those too. And or just PayPal me shit and just put a little note saying, "Oh, good job, Angst. You're stupid." And then I'd be like, "Okay, cool. I guess I'm stupid, and that's fine. As long as you give me bucks to keep being stupid." And you can also super thanks videos that you like that I did, or super chat my streams. Blah blah blah. And best of all, you can join the Schizoid, which I have a description. I have a link in the description. That is a Saturday at noon PST Schizoid support sort of coaching group where we talk about all kinds of schizoid shit and whatever comes up. And we try to stay in the present. We try to talk about like some of the more abstract shit mixed in with some of the present feelings as we're doing the group. It's kind of uncomfortable for some people, but it's good. It's just an experimental thing where you fuck around with what is it like to be and talk to people that might have similar experiences, and does that change your perception of the social dynamic and so on and so forth. There's a lot to it, but costs money. I wish it was free, but it's not. So whatever. Okay, guys, and I like Fred. Fred's cool. Fred's a cool guy. Fred is a cool guy. Fred is cool. I would pat Fred on the head. Okay. All right, time for the outro and the usual bullshit. Peace out.
Please remember that when you feel scared or frightened, never forget the times when you feel happy. When day is dark, always remember happy day. She